Hey everybody, Ryan here at eTrailer. Today on our 2011 Cadillac Escalade, we're going to be checking out the Yakima RidgeBack hitch-mounted bike rack. First impressions of the rack on the back of Escalade, I think it looks okay. You know, I'm not really blown away by any means, but you know, is there racks that look a little bit better? In my opinion, yes. But this one isn't terrible by any means, and again, that's just my preference. But with that said, you know, every rack has a purpose, and this one is going to do great of being able to simply carry around some bikes with you. That way you can get to and from the trails. So the one that we're checking out here today can hold up to a total of 4 bikes, and this being such a big vehicle, you know, you can always bring more people. There's a 5-bike version available as well, and if it's just you and a buddy, you don't need carry all the bikes, there's also a 2-bike version. So you have a few choices there, and you know, you can grab whichever one best suits your needs. Something that I have noticed with these hanging type bike racks is the fact that, you know, a lot of them aren't going to be able to tilt down with bikes on them, and so you're going to lose your hatch access unless you take the bikes off, and that's kind of a pain sometimes. Thankfully, with the Cadillac, you can open up just the rear glass. So even if you have all your bikes loaded up and you forget something or need to throw something in the back of your truck here, you're still able to open up your glass and get in and out that way. So pretty convenient. And we still have quite a bit of space here, even with these wide handlebars. So chances are pretty good, regardless on what type of bike you have, you're going to be able to do this. So the way that the rack is going to secure your bike is in 3 different spots here. And it uses these pretty cool strap deals, but you're going to have 2 up here, 1 on the side, and this is going to act as an anti-sway strap. That's going to help prevent or limit that side-to-side movement. That way your bikes aren't, you know, slamming into each other as you're going down the road. That said though, why don't we go ahead and pull our bike off. That way we can take a better look at it. So the straps, what you're going to do is squeeze both sides, pull them off, and they actually come out a lot easier than they go in. When they go in, you kind of have to, you know, push them down in there evenly. It's not a huge deal, but that's something I figured I'd mention. This one we'll see, might be a little trickier with the tire here, but actually not too bad. But once those are off, and with the arms being somewhat narrow, it's going to be pretty easy to grab our bike, slide it off, and you can go hit the trails. The pads here where your bike's frame is going to sit, and they do have a little piece of rubber on them. Same holds true for this portion of the strap. So kind of helps your bike from sliding around and prevent it from getting scratched up. Since you can pull these out, what I do suggest doing is as soon as you get your bikes off this, take these and put them back. That way you don't, you know, leave them on the back of your car or anything like that, drive off with them and forget about them. So just get in the habit of putting them back, that way you don't lose them. Something that you do need to keep in mind is the fact that this is going to extend the length of your Escalade. And to figure out exactly how much, I'll just take a measurement here. We'll go from where the glass meets the metal portion there on the back. And with it like this, it looks like it's going to be right at about 46 inches. So it is going to take up quite a bit of space. Now, chances are pretty good if you can already fit this size truck in your garage. Probably got a little bit extra room. If not though, you can fold the arms down. And to fold the arms down, there's a lever up here. And you'll pull that up, swing these down, and then it actually makes it pretty compact, believe it or not. And with it like this, take that same measurement, it's only going to add, I'd say about 20.5 inches to the back of your truck. So really shouldn't give you too many issues whenever you do go to pull into your garage or anything like that. So I kind of mentioned that hatch access earlier, and with the rack like this and unloaded, we are able to fold it down. So you got to pull down on this, and earlier when I was messing with it, sometimes it'd kind of get hung up, but it seemed to help if you kind of push this forward a little bit. But once you lower this down, It's going to give you all the space you need to open up that rear hatch and get whatever you might need in and out of the back. So moving on down here, the rack is going to work with those 2" by 2" receiver tube openings like we have here today on our Cadillac. And it can also work with the smaller 1¼ by 1¼ So if you happen to have a different vehicle in the household with that size hitch, chances are pretty good this will work with it too. It is going to have this keeper pin, which when you put the hitch or put the rack in the hitch, this keeper pin will kind of line it up. And then if you come back here, there's going to be a knob. And when you tighten that down, that's what's going to keep this from bouncing around and stuff. You can also lock this too. And that'll prevent someone from stealing your rack. But so when you tighten this down, it eliminates all that slop and play. That way when you're hitting bumps when you're going down the road, you're not going to hear it rattling around or making a bunch of noise when you're inside. And if you're anything like me, you always want to see the product you're interested in actually working or in action. So let's go ahead, load up some bikes, take it out on the test course and see how it does.
Here you see it out on our test course. First we'll go through the slalom, which will show you the side-to-side action, such as making turns or evasive maneuvers. Next we'll show you the alternating speed bumps, which will show the twisting action, like you might see going over uneven pavement or hitting a pothole, or maybe running over a curb. And last but not least, we'll go over the solid speed bumps, which will show you the up and down action, such as going through a driveway or parking lot.
So at the end of the day, a nice rack's gonna get the job done, simple to use. You know, it's gonna be relatively easy to take in and out. You know, it's not super heavy or anything like that. But I think it's just kind of lacking in the appearance. And if that's important to you, you know, there's some other ones available that might be worth checking out. In particular, I'm kind of a fan of the platform style racks, so the ones that go this way. Probably my favorite is a Q-Out MV 2.0. Really well built, really stylish. And you know, if that interests you, just take a look. We have a ton of different racks here at eTrailer. I'm sure you can find one that you like. And yeah, you know, gonna allow you to hook up your bikes to it and go hit the trails. And that'll finish up our look of the Yakima RidgeBack hitch mounted bike rack on our 2011 Cadillac Escalade.